Go.
Hi, I'm Sloane Simmons, and my sister Casey and I own the store named Stuff in Brookside. And we are here today talking to Lori Buntin about her amazing art collection and set of works called More/Less or More Less.
Okay.
So let's turn around and maybe go outside, or do you want me to, would you like to see our other participants, Casey and Lori? Let's try that.
Let's try that. Okay.
Turn the camera
Turn
slowly.
the camera around.
So no one gets sick. I'm walking this way.
No, okay, you're taking the camera.
I'm taking the camera.
There's Lori.
There's Lori Buntin.
Hey, Sloane.
Hey, how you doing?
Everyone in Facebook world.
Yes.
Yes.
And my lovely sister Casey,
Casey Simmons.
my compatriot.
The other co-owner.
Right. I'm gonna walk with you all. Let's walk
Sloane's
outside.
better half. I'm just
I know.
kidding.
It's because you're looking at me and I'm looking good.
Okay, so guys, the thing is today is we have an artist here with us, and since we're live, you can actually type in questions and Sloane can read them to us, and Lori can answer them on the spot. A lot of you may recognize Lori from her fine art paintings that we have in our store all the time. Nikita fans, for example. This is the woman who painted the Nikita.
It's true.
And a lot of the other fine art paintings we have in our store. But what she did for this series is very different, and we're going to ask her about it and her inspiration for it and why she felt inspired to make it. And we actually dedicated our front window to it this segment of time, about a month. Our windows are usually about a month, so more or less. We even asked her to come help us paint this. So these are the pieces we're going to be talking about, and we'll get a close-up of a piece here in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little swing by here. We're in the neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll go look at one inside in a
So
minute.
we'll get Lori over here and let's just talk about this. Here, let me switch places with you because I want to be near the less, because you're the more in this scenario.
Okay, thanks.
I'm the less in this scenario. I did not create these works.
That doesn't make you less, though.
That does not make me less. Thank you. I am enough. That is the new thing. I am enough. Okay, so Lori, tell us about the More Less collages, mixed media collages. How did this first come about?
It came out of a project that I'm involved with, actually, on the development of the street that I live on, which is Troost Avenue. And there's a group of people who are working with the city and architects and urban designers and landscape architects that are trying to kind of put together to lay a foundation for development in that area. And there are several neighborhoods that border Troost Avenue in that area that have come together to basically create a new code and a new design feel for the area that takes away sort of the things that have a negative impact on neighborhoods. And it's specific to our neighborhood, but it applies to any neighborhood, really.
To Brookside.
Yeah. So any neighborhood where maybe historically it's been considered on sort of blighted or more of the negative message, and has that reputation maybe for not being vibrant and
Correct, yeah.
all that. And so you guys you're part of the committee that put yourselves together,
Yes.
from what I understand.
Yeah,
They put themselves together, how most grassroots organizations begin, and started reconceiving how that could change.
Correct.
Okay.
And we basically, the people who kind of came up with the technical work of changing the code and laying down the design overlay, which are now in effect, we're kind of needing some more visuals to kind of inspire and excite people as we brought people in from the public to talk about the idea. And so they asked, I actually volunteered, but came together to create a bunch of visuals to enhance the conversation. And I happened to I had 2 walls full of stuff, and I had taken some paint samples, very much like these pieces, and I just wrote the words more on the colorful swatches and less on what I consider kind of the sort of mundane, everywhere colors that
More monochromatic, no pops of color.
yeah, not much chroma. To just represent the concept of we want more diversity. We want more expression of individuality. That's what we feel that area, as well as really any area, should strive for, is expressing your uniqueness. And so that was just sort of part of the wall. And I'm giving Sloane Simmons credit for me kind of diving.
You guys remember who Sloane is? She started the video. She's now filming.
I am right here in my glasses.
She is. Aha, that is Sloane Simmons.
Sloane came.
Inspirational artist.
Muse.
Inspirer.
Let's use the word muse, perhaps.
Muse, perhaps.
Musing. I'm amusing.
Yes, very I'll give her a musing.
If nothing else.
You're funny.
Looking.
But anyway, no, Sloane saw that. She said, I love that. I want that in my store. And so
and this was the huge wall.
Yeah,
she had the wall in her store.
I misunderstood that she meant that piece.
No, I think at that point she wanted a version that would fit in the store. So, okay, go ahead, yes.
With that interpretation in mind, I actually visited a few of the local hardware stores that carry paint and kind of gathered up my palette to work with. And
it's a collaborative piece now with other local businesses.
Yeah, sponsored. I like to call it sponsors.
Sponsored, yes, sponsorships.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And created.
Paint companies have sponsored this art.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
They didn't know they did it, but they did it. But that's true of most found object art anyway. I mean, that's pretty much true. The donors are someone unknown and maybe uncelebrated even.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. So the other thing I find fascinating. Okay, so first of all, what I love about this series is that a lot happened before this series came to realization. So the whole idea of the concept of what makes a neighborhood, a person, a world, anything more versus less, and how is that then conceived? We have a trash truck across the street. Here we go. Let's see. Let's just live video. Couldn't have planned it if we any better, right?
He's taking away all of the more.
Yes. Okay. Opportunity for found object art is driving by. So a lot had to happen. So the conceptual idea of whether it's neighborhood or location or building specific, it's what makes this, what defines it in our heads as less or more, and then people had to come together, and then the people who wanted to help develop this plan said we need some sort of inspiration, some sort of visual to help us start to conceptualize this plan. That had to happen. Which I think, I want to pause there just for a second, because one of the things I love about representing artists for a living is how much, since the beginning of when we started our store 20 years ago and now, how much more artists are actually invited into the process of building, architecture, technology, companies, creative, brainstorming, all that now is much more. So I think it's really neat to see artists in those roles and being invited into those roles more often. And then, then you make this installation kind of inspiring wall, and then Sloane happens to see it at an art opening or whatever, and then she throws out this idea for pieces, and then, so a lot had to happen. And I find that fascinating, because sometimes when I look at a piece of art, I think, well, that seems pretty simple. But then I think, if you had the idea, and the talent, and the education, and the skills, and the supplies, and, the ability to execute it. So I think that's what's remarkable. One of the things I find remarkable about art is how much it can say with what seems to be relatively little. And the stories behind each of these pieces is actually this very internecine, a lot of people involved story.
Yeah, the collaboration. I think more and more people are learning the value of collaboration with people that are outside the realm of just, in this case, like real estate developers and builders and even architects who are pretty creative people. Sometimes, people get in a rut because of budgets and things that have already been seen, and people say, I want what they have. I love that, so give me that. Without someone introducing some more possibilities that might actually express that person more clearly and expressively than them just sort of picking up the cookie cutter. And
Would you think that would be like sort of more authentically? Would that be a way to say it?
definitely. And
Instead of saying, I want to look like that picture in the major retailer insert word here catalog. I want to go about creating my life, my room, my space, my neighborhood to look like something that reflects me or the people around me or my
Right.
neighborhood or my culture or whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
And I think there's a real lack of confidence in people to actually do that, and I think that's very unfortunate, because I think everyone as an individual has a lot to say, and even if it is just being honest about who they are, you know, and I wish everyone was more comfortable with that,
Right.
because it does make the world a much more interesting place to be in if we do that, rather than everybody trying to be the same.
I happen to agree with you. I mean, I happen to agree with you. But our store is actually reflective individuality. It actually celebrates color and diversity within people, within work, within everything. I choose to surround myself with that. One of the things I love about Brookside as a neighborhood is it remains to be a little on the quirky side, and it introduces some sort of non-standardized ideas. I mean, we kind of have all these somewhat matching awnings at this point, but everyone has their own little vibe going on, and even down the street this way. So I think Sloane and I, when we were seeking a location, and we continue to celebrate that Brookside has been able to continue to be authentic. And one of the things we push back against as business owners in Brookside is how do we maintain that authenticity going forward?
Right.
Because I think so many people are craving it.
Absolutely. I think that's why people come here.
Did you just drop the phone?
No, I did not drop the phone.
Are you
know,
okay?
our camera woman has been very quiet for a while now. Maybe I should be concerned.
No.
Okay,
We should walk inside and look inside at the piece that's hanging and how it works in.
Okay, so these pieces, just to remind everyone, these pieces are in our front window. We would love for you to come by when we're open, of course. But if you want to come by in the evening and look at them and read the information, we have a little info sign here that Lori wrote, an artist statement about these pieces. And then let's go inside and do this. By the way, for those of you who don't remember, Easter is coming, and we have some fabulous Easter things. Just hint, hint.
Okay.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm coming in with
We're
you.
coming in,
Lori Buntin walking through the store.
walking through the store. Oh, so
Looking
remind them who
good.
Lori Buntin is.
So we're looking at all of Lori's paintings on the far wall. And Lori, I have to tell you, yesterday when I was working, there was a young child who came in, and he turned to me and he asked, "What is that painter's favorite color?" And I actually said, "I would have to guess possibly blue," and he goes, "But look at that orange." He was adorable, but I loved it. What is this artist's favorite color? But I think it's
So, an intimate setting here. Excuse these personalized monogram pieces here.
but I think this kind of
So-
shows.
So, can you guys
piece
see
in
that
action.
up close?
Oh yeah. We're moving in on the less. Cruising over to more.
Much more fun.
There's one in the window, Lori, that I have to say, one of the taller pieces that makes me actually think of one of my very favorite Wayne Thiebaud paintings. One of those streets
Like a
in San
cityscape?
Francisco where it's going up and over. You do that up front with one of the color ones, and it's just striking because your artistry made me think of another artist, which made me think of color and how they use color, and that whole kind of when colors come together, how they almost have an energy and they shake a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good example of that.
He has that where it has
Tension.
Well, tension and the way they capture light and all of that, which I think you've always excelled at, is the way light plays on air and plays on water, but what light does to color in a larger scale and a different setting.
And Lori, I think also what I thought was interesting is when you sent over the artist statement that you wrote to us, you mentioned, and I think you gave us even a link to some articles that have been written about this concept on a larger scale. Yeah. And so I want to let everyone know that this is actually being written by this concept of what is less and more, and how does color specifically play into that?
Right.
How does color represent that sense of vibrant, healthy? I think of it's spring right now, so I think of all the plants coming in and all that. Everyone equates that with energy and happiness and being outside, being interactive, being engaged. And winter is we hibernate and we go low and we tend to be a little more down. And so I think of that when I look at this. I think, well, there is spring, summer, fall, colorful, vibrant, outdoor, engaged, part of your community. And this to me is more wintry and more reclusive and quiet. And so when you apply that color to neighborhoods, what does that mean? And does it have a bigger meaning? And so I want to let everyone know, I follow that link. I'll find it and I'll post it below this video for anyone. If anyone else finds articles about this phenomena, this study, please post them here also. Share the video, spread the word, that kind of thing.
Don't you think that Lori and I are
they're a study of blue.
In blue?
And by the way, there's a painting behind you. Now, here's what's interesting about the painting. The painting is of power lines, as you guys can see, right? But there's this lamp in our store that is kind of, but it actually almost looks like it could be part of the painting. So just to let you know, the lamp is actually an addition by stuff that is not really part of the painting. Okay.
I like to think that everything here is a part of everything.
It is. Yes. It's all part of the whole.
And I would sing a song from Lion King, but I'm a little shaken right now.
I'm kind of hoping if I don't say anything, maybe you'll break out into song.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So, closing thoughts, theories, anything you want to say?
There's this whole less is more. Not really. More is more.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to say one thing that Lori Buntin says all the time, and I know she has shirts that say this that are handmade by her, and it's something we say in the art world. Buy art, damn it. Buy art, damn it is our call to you. So come see these. Please buy art, damn it. Come see these pieces. You now know about them, and so you could bring a friend by and tell them about it. You know, I think that
This is Casey Simmons.
This is Casey Simmons telling you to bring a friend to stuff to talk about the art. So this is your chance to share something you discovered today and connect it with a local store and a local artist, and it's about the bigger message about our neighborhoods and what our expectations are and how we want our environments to actually be. So another little art moment with the Stuff Sisters and one of our fine art painters, Lori Buntin, who also dabbles in mixed media art also. So you guys are all welcome at the store. We're open 7 days a week. It's not hard to find us. So we will be back live probably in a couple days. And share, like, comment.
Thank you, Lori Buntin.
Thank you guys.
All right,
Over
until
and out.
next time.